make celebrate le game changer. Lihle nabamazilo ayabazange bambona. Lihle nabamazilo ayabazange bambone. Ayabazange bambone. Abazange bambone. Ayabazange bambone.
take a few minutes so they can settle in, and then we'll begin our program shortly. We'll have some distinguished guests come up and speak to you guys, including our guest of honor, Lihle. So, before I continue, I would just like to take a moment to thank the event sponsors of the handover today, Celsi, nothing should stop you, so make sure that you switch to C. Celsi. Without further ado, I would like to...
The distinguished guests that are here, our honored learners, the staff of MINERVA Secondary School, it is my pleasure to welcome you this afternoon. We gathered here today to celebrate, also to receive the good gesture from our sponsors Celsi, who are amongst us, and their generosity in handing over 1,400 books to our learners. That shows, is a testament of the interest and the commitment that Celsi has in making sure that the education of the young people in our townships is progress and is changed. We are this afternoon very excited and very grateful as a school in Alexandra Township to be noted, to be noticed, to be chosen to be the beneficiary of such generosity. And to you learners, let us not take this light. This afternoon, a lot of knowledge is brought to you. As to how you use it, it remains with you. And we hope that every information that we're getting from the book itself, from the presentations that will be done this afternoon, you will carry those throughout your life. We are very fortunate at MINERVA Secondary School to be chosen. The motto of this school says, "Per ardua ad astra," through difficulties to the stars. And it means one thing: the objective of all the dedicated staff members is mainly to produce stars out of these young minds. And Celsi has partnered with us in assisting us to achieve that goal. You are all welcome. Just for logistics, our bathrooms is in the main building, which is Elijah Noche House, and that is our admin office. Once you move in there, you will turn right, you will find our bathroom for gents and also ladies. And we don't have dogs. This is a school. So as far as Noti is just is Kulule, I mean because we don't have. You've got the freedom of our institution today, and we hope that you will enjoy your stay in our school. To the author, you will be. We are saying to you, we are Unandwa Zinkwenkwe. What we actually mean is, go as high as you can and take our learners with. And I believe your presence today, you're gonna reach these learners. You are all welcome to our institution, and thank you very much.
Another round of applause for your favorite principal, please. I believe, but come on, there we go. Amazing stuff. We now move on to our next item, which I have. I don't know if it's still on the item, but we've got school learners performing for the learners. So is our choir here? Please come up, set yourself up, and let's hear you say. Siyabulela, siyabulela. That was amazing. Amazing sound and a beautiful welcome from angelic voices. One of these songs, and I will not attempt to sing, it, was dedicated to a group that is responsible for us being here today. Who without them, we wouldn't be here today, and we wouldn't be having these amazing books to hand over. So I'd like to take this opportunity to please call onto the stage Ms. Letty Weshatwayo, Managing Executive, Corporate Affairs and Communications at CELC.
By the way, it's very nice on a Friday afternoon, so give yourselves a hand. Okay, I'd like to firstly, before I start, just acknowledge our special guest, Cindy, and our author, Lihle. It's great to have this moment with you today. I'm sure you're going to have plenty of opportunity to tell us a little bit more, so I'm not going to steal your thunder. Then also I'd like to just acknowledge my colleagues and team that are here that have been working very hard. I've got here Josh, we call him Josh in the office, Josh Motivational. He's our Managing Executive for Government Relations, who's also joined us. There's a colleague of ours that's also coming through now, she's just making her way, Lerato Mofokeng, who's also going to give you a nice talk about what we have as far as learning and development for young learners such as yourselves. We have a lot of potential coming. And then I'd like to acknowledge the team as well that have been working very hard. Comrade, first with you. There's Udumi, there's Maxine, there's Mbali, Balisa. So thanks very much for all the hard work. It's seen. All right. The agenda that I'm supposed to talk to you today is about the purpose of the event. But I'd like to think that it's more than about the event, the way that I see it. The way that I see young people and life in general is that what's important about today is about planting a seed, right? And planting a seed about self-belief, planting a seed about not doubting yourself, planting a seed about resilience even through tough times, because life can do that sometimes, right? And there are days, I'm sure, when you're sitting in your class as well, you're thinking, I can't do this. So today is about planting that seed where even at your lowest, even when it looks like, you should always be saying, actually, I can do this. So that's very important. So the purpose of today and the purpose of the books that you're going to receive is to really help you navigate and help you drive through life, even through the ups and downs and the side swipes that you get from life. So I would like you to actually take this opportunity and not lose out. I am a mother of teenagers as well. So it always is good when they hear words that come from somebody their age and their peer and who has gone through or is going through the same things. Because, you know, if I give them advice or anything like that, they'll probably look at me and say, oh, this old girl, what is she talking about? She doesn't know what I'm going through. So I do think that there's a lot to gain from the rights and the author and what she's got to bring to you guys. I really, really, really hope that you take what's in there and use it, because it really is about the rules of life and how you navigate life. And there's a lot of life that you guys still have to live. So live it well, and I wish you all the best, and I hope that this becomes part of your tool set that you take with you and the words that will come out of that. Because what's important in this country, that where we are, is about building this nation. And we build a nation through many different things. And we build a nation through putting brick on brick and brick and brick and so on. But we also build a nation through words and through the things that we say. And so the words that are contained in that book are actually meant to build a nation. Because when you build a spirit, you build a mindset, you build capability for things to move forward. So I really hope you take that in that spirit. I think I've exhausted my 10 minutes, and I will leave it there for other special guests to have their moment as well. Thanks very much for giving me.
Thank you to her special team and for making today possible. Just as I was listening to her, I just wanted to repeat their slogan, which is "Nothing should stop you." That's a very powerful slogan, which I think is actually very important for you guys today. And if we could apply that as well going forward. Thank you again, Ms. Tata. Now we will move to the next item on our program, where we are about to... I would like to Bhaswelihle Zilwa. Zilwa, our author and something you know, also a co-founder of Future Global Leaders, something you will hear about later. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it, Bhaswelihle Zilwa.
to the Deputy Principal and all the educators at Minerva High School, who we highly appreciate and respect as learners, to the chairperson and members of the school governing body present here today, to the managing executive of South Sea, Ms. Letty, to the South Sea Senior Manager, Organizational Effectiveness, Ms. Lerato Mfokeng, to the South Sea Managing Executive, Government Relations, Mr. Joshua Moela, to the South Sea CSI Manager, Ms. Duminawe, to the South Sea Marketing Team here today, to the Director of Schools Curriculum for Tshwane, South Africa, for Tshwane South District Number 4, Dr. Mvulisi Isaac Silisa, to the Ambassador of my book, Amioli Goso, to the champion of my book, Usisipo Mukosi, to all my fellow learners, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. This afternoon would not have been possible without the generous sponsorship of South Sea. So first and foremost, I have to sincerely thank South Sea for the generous corporate heart you have shown the learners of Minerva High School. I know that through the South Sea brand, we can all be unstoppable. And at South Sea, today you are making sure that the careers of 1,400 learners will be unstoppable towards success. This is a huge investment that shows that we care about the future generation. We all thank you, South Sea, and we truly appreciate the soul of your brand. Fellow learners, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking South Sea through a big round of applause. So, my name is Bhaswelihle Zilwa. I am 17 years old and Lihle's collection of motivational quotes for teens, and I'm also the founder of the Future Global Leaders Club, a prestigious club of learners with an average of 70% and above. The purpose of the club is to motivate, inspire, sharpen the excellence of the members whilst rewarding them for consistent academic excellence. When I was young, I decided to learn from my older sister, Lisa. You know, she had motivational quotes all over her study desk, and they really helped her to study day in and day out until she graduated as a medical doctor. So I also started collecting quotes of my own to motivate myself, and by the end of 2021, I had collected more than 300 motivational and inspirational quotes. By April of 2022, my book was published when I was 14 years old, doing grade 9. And in 2023, it was then translated and published into French and Kiswahili. So when my book was finalized, I was inspired by the image that was used by the graphic designer on page 93 and 94. And I came up with my very own quote. The first one says, "Just as trees can grow tall in rough terrain, we too can be whoever we wish to be, irrespective of our backgrounds or circumstances."
Yeah.
As today's teenagers, there's no doubt that in South Africa, we are growing up in rough terrain. I say this because the social ills that surround us have led to the school dropout rate that is unacceptably high. For any 100 learners starting school, only 50% make it to matric, and only 6% graduate at university. And what is most shocking is that no one seems to be doing anything about it. South Africa's unemployment rate is 32%, and this ranks us number 67 out of 67 countries in the Global Competitiveness Report that is published by the World Economic Forum. To crown it all, the international benchmarks reflect that out of 39 participating countries, South Africa's grade 9 learners ranked 38 out of 39 based on a maths test designed for grade 8. Again, these grade 9s ranked 39 out of 39 countries when it comes to science proficiency. As a result, South Africa's NEET rate stands at about 3 million youths. NEET standing for the not educated, not employed, and not trained youth. We are indeed in a rough terrain, and this is very sad. The question is, what can we do about it as the teenagers of today? My book has a collection of more than 300 motivational and inspirational quotes from successful global icons. And what is most critical is my guide to navigating success, which is found on page 10. My guide highlights 10 attributes that are needed for one to succeed and lists them in order of importance. First of all, we need integrity. Arnold Hochschild says, winning is nice if you don't lose your integrity in the process. So when we're doing our assignments, writing our tests and exams, we need to win, or in this case, pass and excel, knowing that we did it without cheating or cutting corners. With this firm foundation of integrity in our lives, we need to be ambitious. People succeed because they are ambitious, because they have dreams and goals. These goals become the wings that enable them to fly through the thickest of clouds, irrespective of their current circumstances. Siya Kolisi defied his circumstances of poverty and started dreaming about being the best rugby player in the world. In 2007, Siya watched the Rugby World Cup in a tavern because he didn't have a TV at home. He was not guaranteed 3 meals a day. He didn't have shoes, socks, his own bed. Sometimes he had to sleep on sweet water as his dinner. He lacked what we consider as the basic necessities. All Siya had was a dream, an ambition to be the best rugby player in the world. This ambition created a sense of purpose. It is no coincidence that South Africa has won the World Cup 2 times in a row, with Siya Kolisi being the captain. So to be ambitious is a key differentiator between success and failure. So let us start dreaming about those final matric results, about getting those 7 distinctions, or even making it to the top 1% of the country. Because in this way, we will be giving our lives a sense of direction. And now once we dream big, those big dreams that we have might scare us, and we will need to have the courage to go after them anyway. Mark Twain says, "Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, but not absence of fear." So this means that even though we might feel scared, we shouldn't let that fear stop us from achieving our goals. We must always remember that Les Brown teaches us through one of his quotes that fear stands for false evidence appearing real. Hard work is a key towards the achievement of our goals. Summit Soni says, "Don't study until you get it right. Study until you can't get it wrong." This cannot be achieved without working very hard. Someone who really embodied this quote is Nthabiseni Mfopana. She was one of the top achievers of the class of 2023. And in an interview, she said that she was studying about 6 to 7 hours a day and increased that to 10 hours a day in preparation for her final exams. She did all the past papers she could find, to the point where she finished all of the NSC Maths past papers and went into the IEB past papers. She even summarized all of the common questions that get asked and wrote a summary of all of the complex questions with their solution to always refer to. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow learners, I'm sure you agree with me that Nthabiseng really worked hard, and her hard work paid off as she obtained 100% for maths and physical sciences, 99% for life orientation, life science and geography, 92% for Isipedi as a home language, and 91% for English. Her story really makes us see firsthand that working hard is critical in the achievement of our dreams. This was such an extraordinary achievement, and I really think she deserves a big round of applause. And now, our willingness to work hard is always going to be confronted by a big challenge called lack of discipline. We have to be disciplined. Arden Melba says, discipline really means our ability to get ourselves to do things when we don't want to. This means that whether we're tired or have the flu or just don't feel like studying at all, we have to get up and do it anyway. If we lack discipline, our dreams and our success is at stake, because life is loaded with distractions that can only be overcome through discipline. And now, after we have achieved discipline, we need to be able to sacrifice. One of the quotes in my book by an unknown author says, "If we don't sacrifice for what we want will become the sacrifice." This means that if we don't cut back on things that are unimportant and have nothing to do with our goals, then we will end up sacrificing the achievement of those goals. We will then need to persevere, because there are many difficulties and hardships that we will deal with on our journey to success. Now, what does perseverance really mean? According to the Cambridge Dictionary, perseverance means the quality of being someone who continues to make an effort to achieve their aims, even when this is difficult or takes a long time. Simplified, others describe it as the ability to keep doing something that is difficult. Perseverance is endurance. Perseverance is persistence. Perseverance is determination, no matter how impossible it seems. So when we hit barriers to our success, we must remember Dennis DeYoung when he says, "Winners are losers who got up and gave it one more try." So for example, when we find a topic that is particularly challenging, we will spend countless hours doing very difficult questions, and we might even have moments of self-doubt. But if we are able to persevere, we will be able to push until we succeed. My 8th attribute is image, because our image must always be in line with our ambitions. Les Brown says, "Dress like prospects, not like suspects." I take this seriously because double door opportunities are always open for prospects, and doors are always shut for suspects. So our image, today and always, must continuously be reflective of our future as the global leaders of tomorrow. My other favorite quote that really sums it all up is by Zig Ziglar. He says, "You cannot climb the ladder of success with the costume of failure. I repeat, you cannot climb a ladder of success with a costume of failure. So let us therefore, fellow learners, double check if our costume or our style is aligned to the ladder of success that we want to climb. And now all these attributes put together will then lead to success. This is now when you would have achieved that goal that you've been working so very hard for. As Colin Powell says, there are no secrets to success. It is a result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. Mrs. Mary Vilagazi applied this formula for success. She was born and raised here in the Alexandra Township, did her primary education at Qatar Primary School, and partly studied at East Bank High School. Today, she is the first Black female CEO of a banking group in South Africa. Mrs. Mary Vilagazi is the group CEO of First Rand, a group that generates income of more than 87 billion rand per year and employs more than 38,000 people. So I really think we should give her a big round of applause.
Heart as a tattoo heart, and now I leave through the school. In grade 11, I made sure of that. I became the president because I wanted to thank the school for everything that they did. Last year, I did a lot of things. I started a march. Unfortunately, it did fail, but through that failure, I was able to stand up because I had the courage from the school. I got a donation of 50 loaves of bread to the unfortunate children at our school. And that for me, it just represents what MINERVA is all about. I started an NGO. So everything just speaks to the fact that MINERVA is actually to my heart, and now I want to thank this young lady, this peer of mine, this sister of mine. Thank you for putting this on page 28, because that's the first thing that I saw when I opened this book. And thank you for reminding me that, you know what, even if I don't have the strength to go on, but this school made sure that I become a warrior. Even though I'm 16, but I am a warrior of this school.
Same question to you. What quote spoke to you?
As I went through the book, the first quote that actually attracted me is on page 6. It's number 4 when you come to hope. It says that ships do not sink because of the water that is around them, but ship sinks because of the water that gets into them. Why I chose this quote is because as we all living in Alexandra, there are some challenges that we face as teenagers. For instance, the lifestyle surrounding us. There are a lot of unemployment. There are a lot of uneducated people. So now it gets to our mentality that there are so many of unemployed people. So who am I to think that I will ever succeed in life if there are so many people who are unemployed? So now with this quote, it has clinched into my heart because it had made me believe in myself. It had made me to be aware that I shouldn't let anything that is beyond my control to change my situation, to change my decisions that I might make in life. So with this quote, I think we should all learn from it, and we should try to understand it and practice it. We shouldn't let anything get into us and weigh us down, because there is more in us than what we are dealing with in this matter.
Yeah.
I actually have like 2 quotes that touch.
Okay.
So on page 6, it says, I am not a product of my circumstances. I am a product of my decisions.
Yeah.
And the second one is, my only competitor is the person I was yesterday. So I'd actually like to talk about the first one that I've mentioned. I don't know if all of these circumstances are happening to me this year because I'm a grade 12 or what. Because there are times, I'll actually speak about my schoolwork. There are times where I'm like, you know what, I don't get this. Let me close the book and just forget about it. And then, there's this one girl named Evie. She'd say, and understand why I'm complaining, because you know you've got this. Coming from Alex, I won't lie, it's not easy. For instance, asna manzi, asna gas. And then we are expected to do certain things, like studying, getting high marks and all of those things without actually, without people actually understanding what we are going through. And I was like, okay, you know what? What's the point of what I'm saying? Because I'm not gay, I'm going to school because I'm not manzi. Whereas there are other matriculants in South Africa pushing. So buhleli la so khali like, hey, I'm told 350 yama, whereas you are doing nothing, you let your circumstances define who you are. I know that 99.9% of teenagers who are here, they're actually facing challenges at home. But I want to say this to you. Don't let those challenges define who you are. Don't let the image of your mom define who you are. You are not them. And you will never be like them. Instead, you know what? Study hard and make sure you're 10 times more better than them.
This book, I was inspired by one of the quotes on page 19.
Alright, let's give him a chance, please. Thank you.
In page 19, 2.8, that says, education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world, by Nelson Mandela. This quote, okay, first thing first, in South Africa, guys, there are many variety challenges that we are facing, including a high unemployment rate and inequalities. So with this quote, I was inspired to strive. I was inspired to strive for excellence in my education. When I think of the possibility of a good education can create for me, I feel motivated to work very hard and achieve all my goals. This thing is not just about personal success. It's about contributing into a large purpose. Each and every hour I spend studying is an investment in my future. But most importantly, and in the ultimately of the future of our country. Thank you.
We've got to speak.
My name is Motivational, and I'm a bit nervous. Most of the quotes that I wanted to say are already been said. So I don't know if ever I should continue saying what I want to say, or should I jump? Say it. I am not a product of my circumstances, I am a product of my decisions. Greetings, fellow candidates. My name is Motivational. Lihle's collection of motivational quotes. It is a book, it is a good book, it is a good book indeed. No, it is a guideline that helps us puzzle a good way a good path to our future. Bhaswelihle's book has many inspirational remarks. The remarks that made me more intrigued to go through to the rest of the book. Bhaswelihle's choice of quotation is a reflection of not only her maturity and youthful wisdom, but also a deep understanding of the value of the value of leaving her mark as an inspirational and aspirational young leader. Chapter 4, hard work. No pain, no gain. I've learned a lot from this chapter. It is a chapter that everyone needs to practice. All the quotes are meaningful and understanding. Quotes like, the best view comes after the hardest climb. The fear of failure should be more than the pain of studying, and work hard in silence. Let success make the noise. A quote that made me tell myself the exact same thing, and will make me love to. And it will make me love to advise others to do the same. A dream does not become reality through magic. It takes perseverance, determination, and hard work. If you're determined, everything is possible. That also leads with respect and discipline. The road to success is not linear. There is a curve called failure, a loop called confusion, speed bumps called friends, red lights called enemies, caution lights called family, and you will have flat tires called jobs. But if you have a spare called determination, an engine called perseverance, a driver called willpower, you will make it to the place called success. In addition, success isn't overnight. It is when every day you get a little better than the day before. It all adds up. Everyone has a choice. And everyone can learn from their choices. All roads that lead to success have to pass through hard work. Thank you.
Yeah! Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause one more time, ladies and gentlemen. If you could please go over to... Oh, okay. Lihle has got something for you guys. Lihle, good camera. For your amazing work. Lihle would like to hand over the vouchers that I had mentioned earlier on. Medals for your travels. To just come and collect the vouchers just for safekeeping. No one is taking them away from you. It's just that they'll be very tight. Can I have a hand, please?
me the national top achiever of class of 2023. She's just from Limpopo and Sishuko, but through all the challenges, she made sure that she's going to conquer the end. She was the national top achiever. Through all the challenges, she made it. And my advice to you all is that, guys, nothing is simple. We can do this. We've got this. They're African children. Thank you.
This one for you.
Good afternoon, everybody. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Lihle for giving us this books free of charge. As most bookshops, you charge us poetry for this books. Thank you so much, sis. Standing before you today is Angel Pilanatilanga, delivery 12 CDK. So I got two favorite quotes from this book. It's having terrible results. If you're not happy with your grade 11 results, you've gone up with the 3s and 4s. But now you are here. You need to work harder to achieve better results for going to Bhaswelihle College or the workplace. The second quote that caught my eye is not only a quote, but it's a Bible verse in the book of Proverbs 21, verse 17. And it quotes, "The one who loves having a good time will come to poverty. The one who loves wine and oil will not grow rich." This tells us, Uzi, when your friends are going out, shorts and shades, all white, you must sit down, study, and do what has to be done. Because at the end, they will reap what they sow, while you reap the benefits of sitting down and studying and doing what has to be done at that moment.
Thank you so much. Let me do that real next. Yes. All right. You can read it. All right, let's slide that in. All right. Let's give you a chance.
No matter how you feel, get up, dress up, show up. Most of all, never give up.
We've got the medicines in the house. All right, can't you say any move again? Okay, all right, Kukama, speak.
Shout out to Zilwa. To talk about discipline. Don't use, do not consider painful what is good for you. My friend, discipline will give us success. Discipline will lead you to success.
On page 54, I got two quotes. One from Lionel Messi. It says, you have to fight to reach your goal. You have to sacrifice and work hard for it. Which means you have
fear, you've got this. The second one is from Chancellor Mamkreti again, from the University of Cape Town. It says, understand that there is no success without pain and sacrifice. Whatever we do, wherever it's painful, some of us here, we have migraines. Some of us here, we have migraines, we have anxiety, we battle with PTSD. We battle with PTSD, but I believe that if we fight it, I believe that the pain we are feeling is going to lead us to our success.
I did Kize High Kuguletu in Cape Town in 1986. In 1992, he obtained his baccalaureate RTM in University of the Western Cape. 93, obtained a high diploma in education, a postgrad at the University of the Western Cape. 94, he obtained his honors BA, University of Stellenbosch, and followed that up in 98 with an MPhil adult education at the Stellenbosch University. In 2013, he obtained his PhD in linguistics, languages, and literature at the University of Pretoria. Dr. Switzer worked as a deputy principal at Steve Tshwete Secondary School. He also worked as a lecturer for Dancer International College. He was a curriculum coordinator for Tshwane District 4 and department head for Rosina Sedibane Mondiba Sports School of Specialization. He also worked as a senior lecturer in languages department in the South African College for Teachers, as a lecturer of, also worked as a lecturer of languages department at the University of Western Cape, and as a lecturer of languages in University of Stellenbosch, also a lecturer in linguistics department in University of South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Buyisi Isaac Sweet.
Very good afternoon. The representative of the CELC, the Bhaswelihle team, the people of MINERVA. I was in MINERVA some years ago, and I asked myself, the color of the uniform of MINERVA, it was brown. That's why I wore a brown suit today, because I knew that I'm going to talk to MINERVA. So the guy was eating, hello MINERVA, hello! Hello CELC, hello! Hello Bhaswelihle team, hello! I'm going to talk as an educator and also as a testimony of this book, this wonderful book of Bhaswelihle, this collection of the codes for you teens. Let me start by congratulating you once more, Bhaswelihle. This is very beautiful. I didn't know that it's going to take us to to this end. Thank you so much. I heard that you even went to different places in our continent. And when I see there on your right-hand side, on the left-hand side, especially number 2, Tamayamaku in Swahili, ambition. I'll talk a bit about ambition, but your words have the power to inspire us, to uplift, to ignite creativity in both learners and teachers alike. It is clear that each quote that we get from this book was thoughtfully crafted to resonate with anyone on a journey of growth and discovery. I can say that with confidence, because when you first launched this book, you went to my school, Rosina Sitibane Motiva Sports School of Specialization in Lothian. And then you launched the book, and then we were so excited about it, and we grasped it with both hands. This collection isn't just a book. Learners and teachers, this is a tool that encourages, that is reflecting, that is motivating, that is giving anyone a deeper understanding. It helps us, it picks us up. So your work, Lihle, is already making it meaningful, makes an impact, and I'm sure that it will continue to inspire countless millions of learners around our continent or around the country. So thank you so much for giving us this book. Now let me talk about the book, how it helps you educators in the classroom. I use the book, I've got personal experience of the book, using it in the classroom. So, discussion starters, it's number 1 thing that you can use. Quotes can be used in discussion as starters, promoting or prompting the learners to engage in meaningful and conversation, and also in debate. One of the learners who was here also indicated that he was successful in debate. This book is going to help you to be successful debater. What about writing? Writing prompts, the quotes that you get from this book can inspire the learners to write creatively, develop their writing skills and self-expression. This book has helped most of my learners in my institution to write the essays, creative writing, and in our district, my school is one of the top schools that are achieving, because some of the learners are using this book to help the learners to perform in the classroom. You can also use the quotes as a classroom decor, educators. Quotes can be displayed in the classroom, creating a positive and inspiring environment. So you can take some of the quotes from Lihle's book that can help when you get into a classroom decorated by these different quotes from the people who are talking sense to us. Academic performance. These quotes can help us to improve and focus. These quotes can help the learners to stay focused and motivate, leading to improve their academic performance. These quotes can help you learners to be critical thinkers. You can be able to analyze, you can be able to develop, you can be able to solve the problems using the quotes that we get from this book. Creativity and imaginations. These quotes can help you to be creative once again. But to you learners, I want you to bear this in mind. Please take this. If you've got a pen, can you please jot down the following? Inspiration and motivation. Inspiration and motivation. These quotes that you can get from this book can inspire you as a learner to pursue the goals. 1, the goals. 2, the dreams. 3, motivate you in your work and be able to persevere. Let me repeat. Goals, dreams, motivate, hard work, and persevere. Number 2, reflecting and self-awareness. These quotes can help you learners to reflect in your values, in your beliefs, in your attitudes, and help you to develop deeper understanding of yourself. Number 3, the personal growth. These quotes can provide learners with valuable insight and advice. They can help you to navigate life's challenges and make informed decisions. Number 4, these quotes can help you to improve your critical thinking. They can encourage you to think critically and be able to analyze analytically and evaluating the messages and the themes that are presented to you. So, you learners, if you have this book, it can help you to go along those lines. Now, let me talk a bit to my colleagues, the educators. How is this book helping you, teachers in the classroom and school? This book, educators, we can use it as a teaching tool. This book can serve as a valuable teaching tool, providing teachers with rich resources of inspiration, guidance in our learners. Number 2, it can help us in classroom discussions. Remember, the system that we are using now of the CAPS, the document that we are using to teach our learners, we are no longer spoon-feeding the learners in front of us. What we are doing, we are teaching them to be critical thinkers by working with them, by discussing with our learners. So if we do it that way, we'll be helping our learners. So these codes can spark meaningful discussion and debate in the classroom, fostering critical thinking, creativity, and problem-solving skills with our learners. Another thing that these codes can help educators is the personal reflection and the growth. The codes that are in this book can help us, teachers, to reflect in our own practice, in our own values, in our own beliefs. This can help us to develop us as professionals and also as individuals. Lastly, they can inspire us. This book can provide us as teachers with a source of inspiration and motivation. It can help us, it can energize us, it can help us to engage in the work that we are doing. We can love our work because of this book. The overall impact of the book that we are having, Lihle, is that the book with these collection codes can have an impact in both the teachers, the principal, the departmental heads. It can help us to motivate us, to guide us. Its message, the themes that we're getting, can resonate the readers. They can help us to think deeper and understand the world that is surrounding us. We saw you got this book in few weeks, but there are certain things that we are getting from the book that you say they can help you to grow and develop in life. So please, this is the book that you can use. This is the book that Bhaswelihle Zilwa is giving us as a legacy that we can use in developing ourselves. Now, this is not only the book that we're having. We have also the workbook. This workbook has got some questions that are based in these codes And then these questions, you can, for example, if you want to talk about discipline, if you go to this book in page 38, discipline, what happens to you if you lack discipline? You can write here in this. I hope in future you are going to have this workbook, and it's going to help you a lot because you are going to do it together with this book. But I would like just to take you for a few minutes to some of the things that I find very, very interesting in the book. I said to you, I'm going to talk about Tamayamaku ambition. Let's go to the book together. To ambition. These are the things that I find it very, very interesting, the quotes that I find very interesting in the book of Bhaswelihle about ambition. Remember, the first one is integrity, the second one is ambition. If you go to page, let me see, page 21. Are we together? Page 21. Page 21, 2.17. Can you look at that? Those encouraging words. It says there, don't be afraid to be ambitious about your goals. All of you have the goals. And then it further states that hard work never stops, neither should your dreams. You are all here dreaming about your future, isn't it? Now, something is going to happen to you. You are going to be somewhere. It was good that even the author of the book quoted some of the people who are coming from Alexandra Township who are making meaning in our lives, who are setting good examples to us. So, please dream. 2.19, without ambition, one starts nothing. Without work, one finishes nothing. The prize will not be sent to you. But what is going to happen? You have to win it. 220, intelligence without ambition is a bird without wings. 221, keep away from those who try to belittle your ambitions. Because when I came in here, I was thrilled because I thought that now that I'm teaching in the former model C schools, I didn't think that and then they told me that you have, I interviewed you here, they told me that you have about 4 home languages that are being taught in the school. And then, isn't that good? Yes, of course. So, so, keep away from those who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but the really great make you believe that you too can become a great. The last one. The last one. 129. In page 23. The expert in anything was once a beginner. The expert in anything was once a beginner. Right. You have a start. So you are starting now. Please use this book. It's going to help you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Lihle was once a beginner. And Lihle now is going to graduate as a matriculate. And Lihle is going to go to one of the best universities. And he's got the dreams because he's a one. enjoyed being with her, and I enjoyed working with her, and then it's coming from humble beginnings as well, but she progressed, and then that made her to be such a very good author and the writer of this book. Please take this as a legacy, it's going to help you. Thank you so much.
We'll move the program right along, and if I could just ask a request from the principal that our next guest can perhaps make it a little shorter but deliver the message as effective. I will now like to call up Mr. Lerato Mufugeng, the Senior Manager, Organizational Effectiveness at CELC.
That's why I won't even attempt the podium. I'm the Senior Manager for Organizational Effectiveness. I'm going to be very quick. And the purpose of my role in the business is to make sure that we're resourcing the business as much as possible. And one of the most impactful portfolios that I take care of is young talent management. So we play a big role in the communities where we sponsor bursaries for students. And the reasoning behind that is that we want to make an impact. CELC is on a journey where we're trying to position ourselves as the partner to the youth and the partner to the youth development. And the journey that we take our students in is quite comprehensive. If I can give you an example, for instance, we fund students in university from first year up until their last year. Once they're concluded, they immediately go into our graduate program or our internship. Once they complete their internship, the expectation and our hope and what we try to move forward for is to get them to be integrated into the business on a permanent basis. One thing I'd like to leave you guys with, particularly because I do work with a lot of young people that are striving to get themselves into good careers and make meaning out of their lives, is that, you know, even if you're not the most intelligent person in the class, that does not define whether you will be able to make it or not. There are people that are, and this is not in the context of I don't want to study and therefore I'll get 50% and that's fine. I'm talking about the individual who is trying their best, but the 80% or the 75% is just not happening. Please remember, there's a lot of people that are making it in life, significantly so, and making a big impact in our country, in the world, in fact, that were not distinction students. So in how you show up in school, university, and in your career, show up with the thought and mindset that I am going to kill it. How I kill it, it might not be intellectually, it might be through my hands, it might be through ideas, but the fact is that I'm going to kill it. And I would like to encourage you to actually read the motivational quotes in here, because it does become overwhelming, particularly in grade 11 and matric, where you have no idea what you're going to do with your life. You're not really sure whether you're going to make it into university or not. Read this quote, because there's many avenues to success, there's many avenues to make an impact in society, and this is not the end, and you're all beautiful. Thank you for having me here.
So whenever you see an FNB bank, an FNB ATM, West Bank, you must know that the company is led by a black person who grew up here in Alex. Yeah. She is a role model. She is a role model. And as a result, I can guarantee you that that the future CEO of the major banks in South Africa might be you. I mean, why not? Last but not least, we have to be resilient. As success is not a straight line curve, we must never be discouraged by the failures or the disappointments that we're going to get along the way. We must be able to bounce back to where we want to be. Here is a true story of resilience that we can all learn from. In 2008, a grade 10 learner, Olo Tuaga, failed maths with 30%. He didn't give up, but he decided to fall in love with the subject, and he worked very hard. And his hard work paid off as he passed his grade 12 maths with 89%. Then after matriculating, he didn't know what to study. So in 2011, he registered for a diploma in chemical engineering, but failed his first year modules and abandoned the program. But through resilience and applying the Japanese proverb that says, fall down 7 times, stand up 8. Last year, Dr. Olo Tuaga graduated his PhD in pure mathematics from the University of Cape Town. So, fellow learners, ladies and gentlemen, let us adopt this program in our day-to-day behavior. This sums up my guide to navigating success. So if we don't want to add to the not educated, not trained, and not employed youth in the near future, we have to remember and embrace this quote. Just as trees can grow tall in rough terrain, we too can be whoever we wish to be, irrespective of our backgrounds or circumstances. So with this quote, I have no doubt that this book will keep you inspired and intrinsically motivated to grow tall and be the best that you can be against the rough terrain that we find ourselves in. Thank you.
Some incredible inspiration from that. Moving along, we will now, Lihle touched on it a little bit. We'll be moving on to the next speaker. It's more like an interview. She is the ambassador of the book, and how she came across the book and stuff. It's an amazing story which she will share with you. So if you could please welcome to the stage Lihle's ambassador.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so thankful to be a part of this handover.
That's amazing. So you are the ambassador of Lihle's collection of motivational quotes for teens. Can you tell us how you got exposed to the book?
Back in 2022, I was invited to Lihle's book launch. At the book launch, I was attracted to one of Lihle's poems that she made during her speech.
Okay, and how old were you back then?
I was 9.
And grade?
I was in grade 3.
So grade 3, and you got attracted to the book. And what is it that attracted you to the book?
I was sitting there bored as a 9-year-old, and the poem grabbed my attention and I loved it.
And what poem was that?
It was a poem about success from an anonymous author.
Okay, I don't know if you'd like to maybe read us the poem from the book.
I don't need the book, I know off the heart.
Alright, let's hear it. Please recite it for us.
Success. Success isn't a straight path. There's a curve called failure, a loop called confusion, speed bumps called friends, red lights called enemies, and caution lights called family. You will have flat tires called jobs, but if you have a spare called determination, a driver, an engine called perseverance, and a driver called willpower, you will make it to the place called success.
Now we know why you became the ambassador. Well done, congratulations. Now, are there any other quotes you like in the book?
Yes, a quote by Dwayne Johnson.
Okay, can we hear it?
Success isn't overnight. It's when every day you get a little bit better than the day before. It all adds up.
Oh, that's nice. Do you have any other quotes you'd like to share with us?
Yes.
She has 3 quotes. Let's hear them.
Summit Sunny. Don't study until you get it right. Study until you can't get it wrong. Tom Coleman. Don't decrease the goal. Increase the effort. An anonymous author. No masterpiece was created by a lazy artist.
That's great. So your role as ambassador is to share the book to friends, peers, and so on and so forth. Have you shared the book with them? What are the comments and what's the reaction that you get?
I've shared it with a few of my classmates. They didn't believe me at first, but when it hits them, they're like, wow, that's great.
And they loved it, I'm sure.
Huh?
And they loved the book, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. No, thank you so much. And before you go, is there any message you'd like to share with your senior peers today?
Read the book like you've never read before.
Please, another round of applause for Anjoli Goso. Check out the books, page through the book. Pick out a nice quote, something that you like, something that speaks to you. I hope you guys are doing that. You're looking at them, get that quote, and something is coming. So before we get there, I would like to, now we've heard from the ambassador, I would like now to please invite the champion of the book, someone who was inspired by the book and would like to come up here to share her testimony. Please welcome Osisi Paul Qoutes.
today and talk about a book that has impacted my life in the best way possible. There are moments in life when everything feels uncertain, when change comes out of nowhere and you find yourself questioning everything. Who you are, where you're going, and whether it's even worth trying. That's exactly where I was when I came across Lihle's collection of motivational quotes for teens. From the very first pages, I felt something shift. On page 11, the dedication reads, "To all the teenagers out there trying to make sense of what life is about." And in that moment, I personally felt seen. Not just as a reader, but as a teenager trying to hold it together, trying to find direction in the middle of chaos. It felt like somebody had finally put words to what I was feeling. This isn't just a book of quotes for me. It's a lifeline. A reminder that even in the darkest moments, there is still light. There is still purpose. And most importantly, there is still you. As I continued reading, I felt more and more inspired. Lihle's story, her achievements at such a young age, and her commitment to empowering teens across the world really spoke to me. Her mindset, work ethic, and heartfelt passion for her franchise showed me that resilience and determination are not just words, they are a way of life. Through Lihle's story and everything she's accomplished, I saw someone who didn't wait for the perfect moment. She created her own perfect moment. She pursued her passions fully and stayed true to her values. Learning about her journey, her franchise, and the Future Global Leaders Club gave me a real-life example of what's possible when you believe in yourself. The activity book made it even clearer. She doesn't just talk about empowering teens, she's actively doing it. In 2024, I got the opportunity to go to France for the Olympics, and I got to take her books with me. I found it so interesting how I was able to connect with so many people over this book. I was able to connect with people I didn't even share a language with. And thanks to her having a book in French, I was able to give it to some of the people there. Now, as a pre-matric, navigating the pressures of growing up and trying to carve out my future, I find myself returning to this book often. It comforts and uplifts me and serves as a reminder that no matter the challenges, I can pursue my passions wholeheartedly. If you're in a place where life feels uncertain, or if you just need a reason to keep going, read this book. Let it remind you that even now, even here, you still have the power to become who you're meant to be. Thank you.
Okay, now let's see how much you memorized and what the quotes speak to you. So I would like to invite to the stage 5 students. Kekana Poloso.
afternoon. So my name is Kidana Puro. So I want to say thank you to everyone who was involved in making this. To me, you guys look beautiful, not only because you do look beautiful, but because people do beautiful things. And this for me is a beautiful thing on its own. So I thank you, and that is Kidana Puro.
And the appreciation of this opportunity, I'd like to introduce myself as Bhaswelihle. I'm in grade 11 here at MINERVA High School. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tanya Kindana. I am a grade 12 here in MINERVA High School. I won't lie, I'm very jealous. Because I also write, I'm a poet, sorry. In the near future,
Thank you. Thanks,
in the near future, I would actually love to come here, seeing MINERVA High School learners reading my books. Thank you.
Greetings everyone, including my respected educators, our visitors and my day schoolmates. My name is Moses Pager and I'm a grade 11 here.
Greetings to you all. My name is Mpomatlohu, currently in grade 9. They made a mistake that they said I'm in grade 10. I'm currently in grade 9. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, you remember what I said? I said, if you guys can go through the book, find your favorite book.
A long day. Yes, thank you. But I come bearing gifts, so don't miss out. If you miss up, if you miss my speech until the end, the 50-page speech, you're gonna miss out. You're gonna miss out. Yeah? All protocol observed. I'm so grateful today that I'm in the midst of greatness. Lihle at an age of 17. Who's that guys? So, and I couldn't help but notice that when Lihle was up here and she introduced herself, that she's 17, you guys disputed it. Yeah? She set the bar high. So you guys have to catch up. Thank you, Lihle, for putting this together. And why are we here as South? It's not because we were bored today and decided maybe Alex, let's go chill there. No, because at the center of our corporate social investment is education. Education, particularly for the youth, because this future belongs to you. We, and I'm saying we, there's few here with white hair, talked about perseverance and courage. We didn't despair that we're living under apartheid. We didn't despair that every time you walk in the street you might be arrested, you might be shot. We didn't despair that universities were closed. We didn't despair when they gave us inferior education. We persevered. And I'm calling upon you, persevere. Don't say, because I'm in Alex, there's no water, there's no electricity, therefore I give up in life. You can still do it. Believe in yourself. One of the quotes from Nelson Mandela says, it looks impossible until it's done. So get on the journey. There is an unfolding story today as we are gathered here of 3 young men riding from Limpopo to Cape Town on a bicycle. Bicycle. From here, from
Johannesburg to Cape Town is about 1,500 kilometers. So you add the piece to Limpopo, which is about 300 and so on. So these guys will be cycling 2,000 kilometers. That is courage. That is saying it is not impossible. We're going to do it. There are very lessons about these young people, how they formulated this. I know that many of us would have said, I can't do that. But mark my words, what they have done is motivation to many around the country and the world. So don't be surprised tomorrow when we're having a cycle race called Polokwane to Cape Town. Today is special because it reflects inspiration of the youth to youth, not me. When I was sitting down there and I heard the speech by Lihle, I heard the Qoutes and the relevance of the Qoutes to the young people who were here on the stage, I said, they don't need me for motivation. Principal Zati, you're doing a great job. Educators, you're doing a great job to inspire these learners to be motivated, and we can see the energy as we stand here. Now, without taking much of the time, I would like to, I'm going to close my eyes before I announce this. I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to point. And whoever I point will stand up and remain standing. Right? I'm going to start left to right. Okay, let me make it interesting. You are going to get a SIM card with 2 gig and airtime. I'm starting to point. Okay, let me just point in the other direction. Okay, center. Okay, all of you standing, you're gonna get 2 gig. You're gonna get a SIM card with 2 gig and airtime. You two, and all of you. By the way, Celsius is a network. When you come and visit there, we are your neighbor, we are the residents of this community. The principal, we'd like to thank you for this great event. Also thank the parents of Lihle. You know, you only, I would say I know the parent, even if I've seen one. But because of Lihle, you are the mirror of your parents. So through you, now we know your parents. The school governing body, we thank you that the school is kept quite safe and secure for the children to come here and learn. And don't forget, nothing is impossible until it's done. Thank you.
Sure. All right, so let's just speak on behalf of Lihle. During her speech, Lihle mentioned so I would like to speak to you about one of Lihle's programs that she briefly touched on earlier, which she founded when she was 13. Yes. So the program is called Future Global Leaders. So what the Future Global Leaders is, it's a prestigious incubation club for consistent, hardworking, intelligent, and ambitious students. So what the club does is it takes in our students from grade 8 to grade 12 who average from 70% and above, okay, per term. So what you get from the program is you get dedicated physical science educators, you get dedicated mathematics educators, you get a dedicated WhatsApp program, or you become part of the WhatsApp program where you will have access to all those dedicated people, dedicated lecturers and mathematicians in the group to ask them any questions that you might have. And over and above that, every second week of the month, we have what you call a motivational webinar or seminar, where we have someone who has either walked in your shoes and become successful, who talks to you how they managed to achieve that success, the obstacles that they went through, and how they were able to basically, iron out stuff in their lives. We speak to people who are successful, we speak to leaders in their field, CEOs, we speak to geologists. So if you average 75% or 70% and above each term, please visit futuregloballeaders.co.za. I believe it's in the book. If it's not, oh, okay. So visit that site, register, hand in your report, and we would like to see you guys join us in the future, and so that you can also, do well, pass well, and be inspired. Without further ado, I'd like to now call up the SGB chairperson and member to come and give the vote of thanks. Do we know who?
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I just want to thank you so much for the wonderful job you have done for us, especially our kids. You have done a marvelous job. May you continue doing the blessings for the generation to come. We really appreciate blessings to our kids, as you know that our schools have challenges. This book will help them to motivate our kids. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Lihle. Thank you, our author. Thank you very much.
celebrate le game changer.